we're going to talk a little bit about why bikes are dangerous and what my opinion on them is. Yes, bikes are dangerous. Anytime you throw your leg over, could be your last time. You can prevent certain dangers by putting mirrors on your bike. As you see, I do not. To me, that's distracted driving when you're turning around and you're not looking in front of you. Another thing is, doing wheelies is stupid. Doing rolling burnouts is stupid. Locking your rear tire up is stupid. Any kind of stunt on a public road is stupid. So, you also increase your chances of not just crashing, but possibly killing yourself or hurting somebody else, especially if you're in a group ride. So I don't recommend doing any of those things unless you are a professional, and even if you're a professional, do it on a closed course where you're not on a public road or in a group ride. Yes, I understand that there's still going to be people out there that are going to be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I've been doing it for years, and there's still going to be people that are going to do it. If there is, and you're a newer rider, or you're just a rider that's, been riding for a year or whatever, and you still don't know how to do wheelies, or you haven't even practiced, and you see somebody else doing it, just back up. Give them space. Don't ride somebody's rear tire, because when you ride somebody's rear tire, and you're checking your surroundings or whatever, you never know what could happen. They could lock their tire up, they could stop in front of you, and it's just dangerous. I recommend, if you're getting into the bike community, or if you're getting into the bikes, even if you're coming from the car community, I think you should ride by yourself for at least 6 months. Or at least with one friend that knows a little bit about bikes or has experience with bikes. Do not just go get a bike and say, I could do this all on my own. You probably could, but don't. Today we're not taking the Ducati, we're taking the R6. It does need some maintenance, it needs brakes, it needs the brake flush. Everything else is good. But the weather is not looking so pleasing, not looking so good, so I don't ever feel like taking the Ducati out and stuff like this. So, ready for this cold start? Oh yeah. Talk to him, Mimi. Talk to him, girl. Yeah. Oh man. Those fumes are real strong. So, the reason I haven't been posting is because I actually lost a friend of mine on December 1st. A very close friend of mine that got me into bikes. And we rode together quite a lot. Nobody knows exactly what happened that day. I just know that riding is going to be a bit different for me, because I'm mostly going to be riding by myself from this point forward. I'll still ride in groups, do bike meetups and stuff, but it's definitely going to be different. That's why I want to talk about bike safety and how dangerous it is to ride. Anytime you throw your leg over that bike could be your last, 100%. So you got to take that in consideration, especially if you got kids or family. Sounds so good. I'll never get rid of this bike. It's such a good bike. But it is very dangerous anytime you get on a bike, and it's not dangerous because of the bike, It's dangerous because of all the other cars that are on the road with you. Most of them are on their cell phone, drunk, high as a kite these days. You never know. And you got to assume that they're distracted 24/7 and they're going to hit you, or assume that they want to hit you at any given point, because that's what's going to happen. Like, I'm going through this intersection and somebody could pull out in front of me at any moment. Was I speeding? Yeah, a little bit. Could I have possibly prevented that by going a little slower? Yeah, but the outcome would have been about the same. So just be mindful when you get a bike. You know, take in consideration, do you have a kid? Do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a family that cares and loves you? And yes, it's absolutely fine that you still get a bike if you have all those things, because bikes are really, really fun. But take in consideration that one day you may not come home. I never thought my friend would have passed away, and she's been riding for quite a few years, and his skill set was really good, and I haven't been riding but maybe a year and a half, and some reason he got in a wreck. Like I said, we don't know what happened, but anybody can assume, anybody can speculate, anybody can point fingers, but nobody really knows. So it's just one of those things that you don't want to happen, but it's bound to happen, and you hope it doesn't happen to any of your friends, but you don't really want it to happen to anybody else either. It just sucks, man. I'm not saying, you know, oh, it should be something that's expected, but it kind of is, because it's going to happen at some point. Some people are blessed and they don't ever have a wreck. They don't ever have any issues. They should thank God for that, because God has got a guardian angel over them or something. Could happen at any moment. I could get rear-ended right now and not even know it. Luckily the person behind me stopped, but I'm just saying, it could be prevented. I believe a lot of accidents could be prevented, because let's say you have mirrors, and which I don't, but if you did, you wouldn't have to turn around while riding your bike. That's distracted driving, in my opinion, because if this car is right here in front of me and I'm turning around and there's no mirrors on my bike, you know, I'm looking around and they're slamming on their brakes, I could end up in their bumper. Same thing if somebody wants to change lanes and they don't see me. I'm doing, let's say, $120. I mean, if we're being honest, most bikers do about anywhere from 80 to 100 miles an hour. And if you're doing that, you're increasing your chances of crashing. I think slowing down and doing the speed limit, it depends, because if you're doing the speed limit, yes, it will decrease your chances of dying on a bike, but at the same time, you don't want to be caught up in traffic and have the risk or potential risk of somebody hitting you because you're in their blind spot. So I think there's a medium. You don't need to go stupid fast, but you don't need to go, you know, slow either. Stay out of people's blind spots. Have situational awareness and be aware of what's going on. Let them know that you're there.